Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of My Worldview podcast with me, Jacent Rose. Joining me is a friend from campus, Lamek. Lamek and I went to the same university, Muni University. It has been 2 years since I last saw you, right?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
Yeah, so it's really good seeing you again. You look great.
Thank you. You look great yourself.
Thank you. I'm super excited about our topic of discussion today, which is uncovering campus life in Uganda. And we are going to be sharing our campus experiences, our Muni University experiences. For those that do not know Muni University is one of the public universities in Uganda, located in Arua district, West Nile sub-region. It's about 3 kilometers south of Arua city. I think now you have a picture of where Muni University is located. Lamek, before we dive into our topic of discussion today, I would like for you to tell us more about yourself. I may have already mentioned one of your names, but tell us more.
To our beautiful viewers out there, it's such a great pleasure meeting my colleague after so many years. And it's really a beautiful venture, a beautiful experience having to interact with you on this particular topic about experiences of the university. I am Lamek Stiravia, like she mentioned. I'm a graduate nurse. I finished my internship. I was one of the best interns. Currently, I'm more inclined towards research as I wait for my practicing license to come through.
I saw a picture of you on your WhatsApp status with a guitar. So I am a musician. I'm wondering.
I wouldn't call myself a musician, but yeah, I've done some bit of it. I've had some studio sessions.
You like it?
I really do like it. I just do it for fun. At the moment, it's not commercialized. I just do it for fun.
About your course of study, was it your decision or it was influenced by maybe your parents or friends? Is it something that you really wanted to do?
Growing up, I always desired to be the health worker. I had quite a number of options, either to do pharmacy or to go for MBS, MBCHP, which is something I still look up to, God willing, and then lastly as well. But then, of course, there are a number of factors that influence the decisions that an individual makes. Part of them are financial.
Yeah, I understand. Maybe you want to do, let me say, a bachelor's in medicine. That course is really expensive at campus, and you find that your parents cannot raise such an amount. But then I'm also wondering, why not Makerere? Why not Chambogo? Why Muni University?
Some of these things are God planned because other than just the financial bit or the financial aspect having to influence a number of decisions, but I think from childhood, the only time I studied from places that are near home was primary. Of course, I applied with these other universities. They gave me different courses, but then my passion was elsewhere. And so when I saw this university had actually taken me up, I said, yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not go for it? I hit the road to Arua. Though heading up to Arua was a very long distance, I got scared.
You know what my sisters used to say? Oh, you're headed to USA, the United States of Arua. Oh my God, I was also scared because I'd never traveled so far in my life. So having to travel from Western Uganda to Northern Uganda, West Nile, was scary.
Going to Arua, I never knew what to really expect. But while I was there, I actually got to enjoy Arua.
Yeah, Arua is really fine. The people there are really friendly. They are good people and they welcome people. You know, going to Arua is almost like traveling to a different country. I was used to being around the Bantu, Baganda, Banyoro, Batoro, but now I was going to live among another type or group of people. And our languages do not connect at all. I was worried, how am I going to be able to communicate, to talk to the locals and stuff like that? But people in Arua know so many languages. Even you find some of them trying to speak Luganda. I know English from the little kids. And they also speak Swahili.
Yeah.
So it was really easy.
It's really great. Okay, there is that kind of ethnic stereotype. And it is so common amongst us, the people from Bantu. We should really try to, as much as we can, to avoid such ethnic stereotypes, because before you actually get to know that these people are beautiful, you've already judged them.
You know?
And these people are good people. You've already judged them. My relatives used to tell me, hey, you've gone very far. We shall never visit you. You will come back when you have changed color. What? When I was already black. So I knew it's just going to be maybe a change of environment, change of language, change of view of things. I can assure you, going to West Nile was one of the best decisions I made in life. I got to that place with an open mind, and that alone helped me mix in. I learned a few things from their culture. I adapted to the language, a little bit of it, and literally it was not so hard for me. I even got a chance of getting someone to sponsor my internship second year up to when I finished.
Wow.
Some of these things are God planned.
You're right.
Yeah. Other than the distance, I actually enjoyed Arua. The only thing that used to scare me about going to Arua is the long hours of sitting in a bus. Arua had become a home for me. I can proudly greet the Lubaras in morning.
Mukao.
They became part of us.
So your family, your first day at campus, how was it like?
I'm sorry for drawing us back again about the ethnic and regional stereotypes. Going to West Nile, people used to say it is hot all throughout, but it was a shocker. The first days at campus trained 3 days non-stop. The president had visited. There was a symposium, if you can remember very well. There was a symposium and the campus was out of bounds to majority of the students. There were a few students that were allowed in. Yes, they were part of the guild. And they were the ones responsible for welcoming visitors. I remember it rained heavily. I had traveled with my brother. He was so shocked. We actually didn't bother traveling with sweaters or even jackets.
Yeah.
We got there and it was
super cold.
I remember the border guy almost put us down because the road was so slippery. We just survived narrowly. So that was literally the first days.
For me, the day I arrived in Arua city, it was raining. And I was shocked because I didn't expect rain in West Nile.
Rain in that place can come at any time of the day, with or without notice. That was the beauty, that you don't have to cram that, oh, this is rain season, oh, this is this. Arua in a way has been blessed with beautiful season. When it is cold, it is cold.
When it's hot, it's hot. When it rains, it pours. And when it shines on you and you feel like, is this the end of the world?
So day one at campus was so full of rain. Day 2, day 3, and then I actually had to start getting physical access to campus, which was really a beautiful experience because, like we said, people are so welcoming.
Yeah, people are friendly.
What actually made it more to be a home is the fact that we met people with whom we could speak a similar language.
Yeah, that also surprised me.
Yes.
I thought that going to Muni University, I was going to meet only Lugbara speaking people. But to my surprise, like 60% or more of the students at the university are from Central Region, West Nile.
Unlike lately, because I see students from West Nile are actually embracing the university more. But still, even us from Central, students are still embracing the university. Back then, it was, like she said, statistically, students from these other regions were occupying the university more.
Yeah, that's right. So did you engage in any activities at campus?
Yes.
Like
you earlier noted, I loved singing. I think the very first activity that I ever engaged in was music. I remember my first day at campus, I had a certain beautiful sound come from a certain level. There was a group of young girls that were singing. So nice. And then with Jethro and then some other boys. And then that is how I ended up joining without even a thought. I just found myself moving towards the direction of the sound and they welcomed me. And then I remember sitting among the tenor. Yeah, I used to sing all voices back then. But the moment I joined, he listened to me and he told me, you subscribe to that group. I didn't like tenors all that much, though I could sing it, but I preferred singing alto again. Yeah.
It was a wonderful family. Church, right?
I identified myself with church so fast. Yeah.
Unlike me, I was still trying to get used to the environment, to the people. And it's only after that I would decide certain things. So yeah, after some time I did start going to the Catholic chapel, though I would just go pray and go home, that's all. So student accommodation or student housing at Muni University.
The very first hostel I knew was Elite.
Isn't it the nearest to campus?
Yes. It was the nearest, and then those that have, of course, the other side of Ranzivo. And it looked to be the more fancy one because I remember we had Elite Upper and then Elite Lower.
And we were in Elite Upper.
Yeah.
Elite Lower was a bit farther down.
Yeah. And then, of course, other hostels like Apex. Apex was quite some distance. I used to look at it as something that was really distant. And then there were others, executive. Yeah. They would have beautiful hostels. And
How was that place called? The trading center, Muni site?
first time I actually stepped foot in Muni site, it rained on me so heavily. I was in the middle of NTC and that forest.
Barifa.
Yeah. I was in the middle of
Barifa forest.
and campus. So I was lost between, should I go back? Should I continue with the journey? Because when you look this side, there was no building. Look the other side, there was no other building. Maybe NTC, which is also, you have to first seek access. So I just had to sacrifice myself and continue with the journey.
Living sacrifice.
Yes.
So yeah, we are here and we're talking about our Muni University experiences. I hope you guys are really enjoying that talk. So if you've been wondering how it is like to be at Muni University, well, sit down and just watch or listen whatever you're doing. And let us take you through about the parties at campus. We used to have porridge nights. Did you attend any of the porridge nights?
Yeah. I attended most of the parade nights, and in some I actually participated as the co-organizers. I remember one parade night when it rained on us in LA floor. But those parade nights used to be really lots of fun. That's where people used to dance like crazy, people drink like crazy, people eat like crazy, to a point of people speaking things that they can't actually understand. The following day you meet this person and they're a whole different person from what you saw the previous evening.
You know?
Oh my. It was crazy.
I know there is someone out there wondering, what do you mean by porridge nights? Will we take forage?
They just choose to brand it as porridge nights. I know even other universities have it, and they brand it either differently or even the same way. But these were usually gatherings that brought students together. Because, being at campus alone is not enough. Being independent at campus is not enough. But they usually, those moments, students just choose to organize and just need to interact.
Yeah, outside campus. This is now the students outside campus trying to connect on a more personal level.
Yes. You actually realize some people identified themselves as potential partners from these parties. You see someone was seeing someone at campus and they were fearing to talk. Before you know, they're exchanging numbers. Then before you know, you start seeing these people frequently.
It was really fun, and every hostel organized one. Like, we would do it in turns. Like, if it's Apex, maybe the next time it will be Elite Lower, the next time Elite, the other time the people that there was that flat in Onjivu, like, we would do it in circles, and it was really fun.
At Apex, shout out to Alan, Udokas, and one of the lecturers called Mr. Toko, Godfrey. Those people really parented us. Despite them being a young couple, they parented us in a certain way. Because every time we wanted to organize something, they took central part in the organization. They provided with at least most of the equipment that we required. Whenever we wanted maybe to have Ziki there, free access to electricity, they would even pay part of the music systems. And then you see life moving smoothly. Yeah, they were really good people. Shout out to them.
Shout out to you. I would like to know, how are the lectures? How are your lectures?
I would say we really had good lecturers, very knowledgeable. They were very supportive people. And we had really, I would speak on behalf of our class. We had quite a team that desired to help each other. Maybe someone has not understood a thing. Maybe, of course, there were quick learners and there were slow learners and then there were mediocre learners. That thing will always be there. I don't want to say so and so was in this category, but those things will always be there. But we always held each other's hand during assignments, during presentations, during classes. People used to love sharing knowledge. Yes. And we had this one lecturer who used to tell us, if you only read my slides, you will fail. Go and read those books. You will pass.
Research.
Yes.
Let's research.
Yeah.
One thing I liked about Muni University, I don't know how many students are there right now, but we were not very many. And that made us to easily get to know each other and easily interact. Like I remember in my class, we were around only 23 students. That's a small number, and you can easily connect as students and easily collaborate.
Is it ITM?
I was doing information systems, ISM.
And then the boys, they were only 4. You can imagine. In our class, we were about 33, 34, 35, 36.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's only because Muni University is new. Yeah, it officially started around 2013, 2014.
Yes.
So it has been in existence for just about 9-10 years.
Yeah.
And for us, we've been there, I think, 5 years ago. So it was still growing. And I'm sure right now the numbers are increasing.
Yeah, the numbers have increased greatly. The numbers have increased greatly, at least I still have some friends that are still there. From the updates they usually give, the numbers have increased. That main hall can no longer accommodate all of them.
Wow.
Like it used to be during that times. And you realize that other courses have been introduced. There are other lecture blocks that have been opened up. But even outside campus, there are other lecture facilities that have been constructed in other faculties that are not within campus C, the university campus premises, that are actually now functional and are fully operating.
Wow.
Yeah, so
I think the university has really grown. I look forward to visiting Muni University again one of these days. So tell us about graduation. How was your graduation at Muni University?
the long awaited, of course, after all those years being affected by COVID, studying online. Yeah, there came a day when we had to graduate. Of course, every journey must have an
end.
It was some beautiful Saturday morning. I traveled a day before to make earlier preparations. I think 2 days before I traveled just to book my parents a room where they were going to stay and all that. I remember it rained in the evening before graduation, and in the morning it was already shining.
Were your parents around when it rained?
No, they were actually traveling. They go to Arua by night.
It was their first time in Arua.
First time to step foot in Arua. My dad had ever traveled to Arua because he used to walk across the country and sometimes outside of the country. So he knew what to expect. But my mom is...
What did she say after seeing Arua and the university?
I remember giving them a tour around our lecture rooms, around our laboratories, simulation labs, and all those. And yeah, they could actually see that the environment was really conducive for learning. And also the knowledge that would come out of me, they would appreciate. Yes. And then on that day, I was one of the ringleaders of the vibe in the graduation tent. And then they were reading out our names. It was jovial, of course.
Of course. Graduation day, it is a time to be happy, to celebrate.
I remember we were making noise. We were making noise. Some of our colleagues that had graduated with honors degrees being awarded with accolades. And it was such a nice experience.
It was a nice experience for me too. My sister came, my big sister, Julie. I love you so much, Julie. She couldn't believe it because all she said was, wow, the university, I didn't expect something like this. Ooh, I didn't expect something like this. Yeah, Muni University is really a nice, cool, wonderful university. A university that I would recommend to anyone in Uganda and outside of Uganda. Don't let people tell you otherwise. If you want to go for it, go for it. Because we had a good time and you will have a good time too.
One other thing that I have really appreciated, there are so many activities that we may not have enjoyed back then, that were not there, but they have been incorporated. You see students are engaging more in other activities that are so nice. Lately, these guys organize freshers balls. They invite artists. Vinka is going to be there. The other year, they were having Fefe Busi. Artists, influencers.
Artists from Kampala,
Yes,
are traveling. Is it 500 kilometers to go and, entertain students at Muni University?
Yes, that's
So if you don't think that you won't be able to see Vinca,
I feel like in any life of a campus student, it shouldn't only rotate around school form, school pole, school form. There should be other activities that they should engage in. Sports, of which sports is something that students at university really, at Muni really embrace. I also embraced that. I was a sportsman.
I was a leader. At least I participated in that.
I participated in leadership at various platforms. I was a leader in church. I was a leader of my cultural association. I was also a leader in other health affiliated groups.
How was your association called? You know, we have associations for students from different regions at Muni University.
Ours is called in Kowazambogo.
Kowazambogo. Ours was Basamba.
I was chairperson of that association. I was chairperson in Christian Union. I was ambassador of patient-centered care movement. I was first vice, and then I became the ambassador the year that followed of that association. Yeah, I tried to participate in leadership, though not at the guild level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did participate at a guild level, female guild representative for students' affairs off campus. You know, the things to do with porridge night. So I also was a leader in the Banyakara Students Association. Was a deputy speaker.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was really good. I honestly want to say one thing that I have enjoyed about leadership at campus is the fact that it opened my life to a school of opportunities. There is a lot of personal development. It gives you a sense of learning how to speak to people.
It is actually
in different calibers.
You know?
Yeah.
At Muni University, we really got to interact with, our lecturers, those people in the Senate.
Yeah.
At a personal level, like you can easily access them and talk to them, and they will give you time.
So, much as the university is young, there are things at least to be proud of. There are things to enjoy, because there are times when a student gets problems or issues that are really stressing to the point of wanting to drop out. Some get pregnant along the way, but because there are so many students in the university, sometimes they don't get a chance to talk to someone. But for us, we had, given that the numbers were not called that, we had people that knew us by name, even in hostels, to get to know, do they have what to eat? When they're sick, do they have access to healthcare?
Are they living in good conditions?
I remember Reverend Patrick Achemo. Shout out to him. He's one of the parents that we had at camp.
He's a great mentor.
Irrespective of your religion, irrespective of whether you're Muslim or Catholic, irrespective of whether you're a believer or not, that gentleman used to visit each student, driving on his fuel to come and visit you when you're sick, and sometimes having to drive you to hospital.
Everyone cares for everyone.
To the point that at times, even when you would feel you would miss your parents, you may not even ever miss them, because at least you have a parent figure. You don't have what to eat, you could still go and talk to them and they lend a hand until you get.
Yeah, and it's hard to go astray, because you miss a lecture today, your lecturer will know that you missed, and the next minute they will be calling you, hello, why didn't you attend my lecture? As we come to the end of this discussion, most people around central Uganda and western Uganda have a bias about having to travel to northern Uganda for studies, especially West Nile. And up to today, most people still do not know about this university. Whenever I mention it, people are like, where is that? And then I have to explain myself all the time. Very few people know about this university, and very few people from Kampala, from central Uganda and western Uganda are willing to travel to West Nile for studies. What would you say to those people?
First and foremost, I really think the problem starts from mentorship in secondary. In secondary, while they do career guidance, when they are guiding students, most of the time they only talk about universities that are in close proximity, and they forget about other universities. You may not blame them, because this is a university that has been in existence for a very short time, and these universities have probably built their name
over 100
years, which is practically okay. But if you look at considering these other young universities, actually, if I would advise anyone, young universities are the best places to be because they are looking up to building a name for themselves. So they give detailed attention
To students, yeah.
to students.
Yeah.
When you look at the quality, yes, other universities have made the name, but are you sure you at an individual level after joining, you're going to come out the bread that was intended to be baked? Or you will come out half baked? Are you sure you're going to be this person they will ask a question at any point and you don't have to stammer around? At least, even if you don't have the exact answer, do you have the ability to reason and come up with something substantial when you're put at front to speak? Are you sure it is not just going to be the name of the university to speak on your behalf? Will you as an individual be in position to stand and defend your degree, your diploma, your certificate? Will it speak volumes about you as an individual? Because at the end of the day, like we are here in the field practicing, sometimes what matters is not where you studied from. Yes, initially when they are giving a job, some employers may look at where you studied from. But at the end of the day, after you have been granted the job,
Can you do the work?
can you actually do the work? From that perspective, I would say someone has to look deeper into themselves and reflect. And then the other thing, quit the notion of ethnic stereotype and look at what matters.
Look at the bigger picture, what you want to achieve,
Yes.
and not at who you're going to live with or where you're going to be. But the thing is, are you achieving what you want to achieve?
Exactly.
Are you still going to grab that bachelor's degree?
Time is also running against us because there are so many distractions around here. And then you end up not achieving the degree within your set time. Yet, in other places, because the distractions are fewer, you may end up actually focusing. So before you know, you're achieving your dream, even when you're not supposed to achieve it at that time. And also, there are opportunities that will always come. And because the competition for those opportunities in those other places are fewer, you stand out. You didn't tell us about your journey. About your journey of going to the States.
I had so much support from the university, and I really appreciate it because I had to travel and I was away for a full month. The university leaders, they understood what I was doing and they supported it. They supported me as a person and they supported what I was doing. And I really appreciate Muni University for doing that.
Recently, there was a student that actually just got back from Germany. But it is because the competition for opportunities in those other places is not as high as it is here. So, to all those young lads that are looking up to joining campus probably in years to come, or even next year or this year, whichever intake, please look through your options and weigh them. Sometimes we just look at the excitement. Our in Jambobo clubs are there. My friends are here. We shall go for this night, that night. In any place you go to, it is about you to make it fun.
And there are clubs in Arua City too.
Those guys party Monday to Monday. If that's the life you actually want. But as a student, yeah, I would encourage that you actually put more attention to your dreams.
Yeah, if you are a student planning to go to university soon, don't just set your eyes on one thing, Makerere, because it is the talk of the country. Know that there are other equally good universities out there, just like the one we've been talking about, Muni University. And if you stay focused, you will achieve what you want. So, Lamek, it has been really great having you. And I wish you the best in life.
You're welcome.
To our viewers, to our listeners, we really appreciate you. Please like, comment, share with anyone who could benefit from this message. We love you and we wish you the best in life.